Hello, my friends, Liberty Garden, June 8th, second video for the day. And today, before I leave, I'm done tying up all my wire on this new stretch of fence. I want to go over the different parts of the H brace and how the H brace assembly works and why it's needed, etc. Why not just put a single post and pull against it, and why do you have to put a brace post there, a center post, and some twitch wire. So anyway, this brace has 5 wires, 5 strands of barbed wire. They're all pulling against another brace on the other side of the fence. They're all pulling against, the force is pulling that way. Okay? So all that force is trying to make this end post or the corner post go that way. So this post is 8 feet tall, and I buried it 4 feet. And you can see here it's starting to move a little bit. It moved a little bit, but it's got like an 80-pound bag of crete at the bottom, and then the rest is the nasty clay soil that I packed in there. So how does this assembly work? As I said, the force is going that way, and it's a tremendous amount of torque because each one of these lines is tightened with a come along. So it's really exerting, the fence is exerting a lot of pressure on this post. One post by itself would go like that very fast, especially in this clay soil that's wet and dry and expands and contracts. So what you do is you create an H brace, so these are 8 feet apart, and you put a center post here, and you use this high tensile wire. I use double, and this is 12 gauge, I believe, and it's got a strainer, so you ratchet the tension on it. It's pretty tight, and you go from the bottom of your corner post, the one that's really doing all the heavy lifting, all the way up to right where this post comes here, right behind it. Okay, so how this works is that when these wires are exerting force that way, this post tries to go that way, transfers the force over to that brace post right there, and then the wire anchors your force back to this side over here. And that's the the physics about this. It's a triangle basically. If you look at it, that center and then the brace coming down here. If I was to extend this fence going that way, which I'm going to do, I will put another corner post or another brace post on that side, and then I'll throw a wire, a bracing wire or a twitch wire from the bottom up like that. Okay, so it'll be like a V. It'll come down and up. See? Because if when I put another post on that side, that post is going to be pulling that way. So I need to anchor that force down to this one. But that's somewhat of a rough idea how this works. And one important thing is that when you nail your barbed wire to the brace post, the post that's not really taking all the pull. Remember, that's the one taking the pull over there. This is the brace post that brings the force here and then redirects the pull over there to the ground. When you're putting stapling the wire to this post, you don't staple it all the way to you don't pin the wire. This wire has to be able to move. See? Mosquitoes are eating me. See how this wire moves here? Let's see, where am I? There's the wires move. See? It's got movement right there. See? Right there. And why does it have movement? Because if I were to nail the staple all the way in, then this would be taking all the force. It would basically be this little staple against all the torque being exerted on this post. So the pull has to pass over to that pole, so that it gets redirected through here and down to the wire and down to the base of the corner post. Don't put your staples all the way in, because then it's going to be like if you only had one post, one post with nothing else, because this will be the one taking all the pressure. This post, when if this staple was to anchor this wire all the way to the wood. I don't know if that makes sense or not. But anyway, I just thought I'd tell you that. And now another thing is that I recycled 3 of the strands of the wire because they were in fairly good condition. These are two barbed wires, and the bottom 2 are brand new, Oklahoma steel. And those are 4 barbed wires. And the rationale for putting the new 4-point barbed wire at the bottom and at the top is because cows don't really try to get out of your property, but they will get out for 2 reasons. If one of their calves happens to get out, the mama will find a way to run over your fence or do something to go after the little calf. So the other reason is that if there's grass on the other side of the fence, cows will try to stick their neck through the wires to get to the grass on the other side of the fence. So that's why I put the stronger wire with more barbs. So he's got 4 barbs at the bottom to prevent any animal sticking his neck out there to grab onto that little piece of grass on that side, and also to make it a little stronger in case some calf tries to kind of wander underneath it or so. Calves are a little crazy sometimes. But anyway, that's the rationale for putting the brand new wire at the bottom. The other thing I did is that oh, look at this nice little spider right there. Look at that. What is that? A spider or praying mantis? What is this thing? Oh, it's a nasty spider. Anyway, so these wires are at 52 inches height, 42, 32, 22, 12. So I got a foot clearance at the bottom and then 10 inches in between the other wires, up to 52 inches. And that pretty much is a pretty decent size for cows that are not going to be like, trying to jump the fence and stuff like that. A bull may jump the fence if there's cows on the other side that are in heat. I mean, there's very few things that will keep a bull inside other than a pair of good, and a sharp knife to his balls. But anything else, the bull will find a way to get out. So anyway, folks, I'm rambling at this point. I just thought I'd explain to you a little bit about the fence, and how it works, the brace, and the wires, how they go, etc. Until next time, have a great day.